Hi, second grade, it's Mrs. Grandy, and we're back talking about line plots. This is Unit 14, Lesson 2. In our last lesson, we learned about measuring and then plotting those measurements on a line plot. We used a data chart in order to find that. Now today, we're going to be looking at a line plot and answering some questions that deal just with the information that is in the line plot. So it is helping us to read a line plot with a little bit more accuracy, okay? First thing we have to do is we're going to read up here where it says, Susan makes bracelets from glass beads and sells them online. She charges between $5 and $12 for each bracelet, depending on its size and style. The line plot below shows how much she received for each bracelet sold this week. So the first question, we're going to look up here, says, how many $5 bracelets did Susan sell this week? So what we have to do is find $5 on the line plot, and we need to count how many X's there are, and that tells us how many $5 bracelets she sold. So let's go ahead and count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She sold 8 $5 bracelets this week. How much money did Susan earn on 5 bracelets alone? Now let's count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Exactly. She made $40 selling 8 $5 bracelets. How many $11 bracelets did Susan sell this week? Well, let's find $11 on the line plot. She sold 1, 2, 3 $11 bracelets. How much money did Susan make on $11 bracelets alone? So we need to add 11 how many times? Right, 3 times. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So she made $33 on $11 bracelets. How many more $10 bracelets did she sell than $9 bracelets? So she has how many $9 bracelets? That's right, 2. Let's see, how many $10 bracelets did she have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what we can do is we know this is 2. So how many more did she sell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she sold 5 more $10 bracelets. Now the last question we're going to look at says, how many bracelets did Susan sell in all? How many did she sell in all? The easiest way for us to do this, second grade, is to add or count every single one of these X's. So why don't we do that? Let's start here with the $5 bracelets. We know that there are how many $5 bracelets? That's right, 8. Now we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. She sold a total of 21 bracelets. Okay, so that was showing how to read a line plot. Now, this one is going to have us make our own line plot. And we're going to be dealing with quite a few numbers here, okay? And this said, Mrs. Smith is a music teacher. She gave her students a 6-question quiz about famous composers. The list below shows the scores her students received on the quiz. 6, 6, 5, 4, 6, 4, 5, 3, 6, 0, 1, 6, 3, 3, 6, 5. Those are all the numbers. Use the data on the above number line or chart to make a line plot. Be sure you write numbers on the axis, label the axis, write the title, and use X's to represent the students. So the first thing we need to figure out is, what should this be called? What should we call this? What should the title of our line plot be? What are we finding? We're finding the scores of her students' quizzes. So the title is Students Test Scores. Okay. And what are we going to put here? We need to put numbers here, right? And we're going to put 0. What is, first of all, the smallest number is what? 0. And the biggest number is 6. So it would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Okay, so we're going to write the score is going to be here. These are the scores that they could have gotten. They could have gotten anywhere from a 0 to a 6. Okay? Now we need to use the data up here and put it on our line plot. And again, it says to use X's to represent the number of students. So let's start with 0. How many students have scored a 0? Let's look. I see 1 0. So we don't get confused. The easiest thing to do is to cross off every number that you use. So we know that 1 student got a 0. How many students got a 1? Let's go through. There's 1, 1, and that's the only one. So we're going to put it 1x above the number 1. How many students got a 2? Do we see any 2s? I don't see any. How many got a 3? Let's go through. There's 1, 2, 3 3s. So let's cross them off. 1, 2, 3. So we need to put 3 X's above the 3. How many students scored a 4? Let's go through. There's 1, 2 4s. So let's cross those off. 1, 2. How many students scored a 5? Let's go through. There's 1, 2, 3. So let's cross them off. 1, 2, 3. So we need to put 3 X's above the 5. How many students scored a 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put our 5 X's above the 6. And we're done with the line plot portion. Okay? How many students scored exactly 3? It's easy. Look at our line plot. How many X's do we have? That's right. The answer's 3. How many students scored higher than 3? So we're not including 3. It's who scored higher than a 3. So we need to count the 4s, the 5s, and the 6s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many students scored less than 3? Nobody scored a 2. One person scored a 1, and one person scored a 0. So 1 plus 1 is 2. What score did the most number of students receive? What has the highest number of X's? That is correct. Most students scored a 6. Okay, second grade. So we have learned now how to make a line plot with data at the top. We've also learned how to read a line plot that's already done and answer some questions. Okay. We also know that whenever we are making a line plot, we have to have a title and we have to label the axis or what these numbers at the bottom represent. And then we can always go back to our line plot and we're able to answer some of these questions a lot easier than looking at the entire data table. Okay, I hope that this has helped to show you how to make line plots and to read line plots. In our next lesson, we are going to be learning how to make a bar graph. Until then, I will see you soon. Have a great day.